name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. The shaft is the Meso, and obviously when you look at it, it's got a really sleek look to it. Black on black is pretty smooth. Feel it, it's not too rigid, got a little bit of a grit to it. It's very durable, but it's pretty light. It's got a little bit of a flex to it, so it puts a little bit more on your shot. UA Meso Composite, balanced, battle tested. My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. This is the Under Armour Banshee. It's the mid-level lacrosse cleat. What I like about it is it's got a low cleat feel, but with the protection of a mid to high cleat. I'm usually a guy who likes to protect my ankles, but I don't like to lose the mobility and feel like I'm wearing a heavy cleat. UA Banshee, untouchable, unstoppable.
Ladies and gentlemen, right into action here on day 2 of the 2018 MCLA National Championship, powered by Under Armour. Second round action, the number 1 seed Chapman taking on the number 9 seed Liberty. And we're no pregame here today, folks. We're getting right into the action. Turnover by Chapman after the face-off win.
Be interesting to see
go ahead, Coach.
how Halliburton does today.
Yes.
After yesterday, he struggled a little bit. See if he bounces back.
We're here live from Salt Lake City, Utah. My name is Mike Brand, joined by Coach Dylan Sheridan. 2 or 3 turnovers here to start the game. And here comes another one. Ball's going back and forth. We're having a little table tennis match here. Coach Sheridan, we had a chance to watch both these teams yesterday. What did you take away from their victories that we got to watch yesterday?
Sure. Yeah, well, I think, for Chapman, it was a tale of two halves, right? The first half, they struggled, really didn't play, their brand of lacrosse. Second half, they dialed it in and made some adjustments and really completely dominated an Indiana team that was an impressive group. For Liberty, I think they were pretty steady throughout. They played a more complete game. They did a nice job, and really, I'm curious to see. I don't know there's not as much history with Liberty, right? And Chapman obviously
never played before,
known commodity. So I'm very curious to see how this unfolds.
Been a chance to talk to Coach Hartley this morning at their shoot around. he did not seem to seem pretty confident about the win yesterday. You know, he had every right to be upset after that first half, but I think he decided to just trust his players.
Yeah, no doubt. And given that the fact they're 14-0 now, you know, he's got to have a lot of confidence. And you know, just a little bit of adversity is probably not the worst thing in the world for his team at this juncture in the tournament.
First quarter, timer on. Big shot and a goal.
Wiley Bonham to David Howren. You know, you let Wiley Bonham get over to the top to a strong hand, and then you hedge off the adjacent. And Howren has an absolute cannon.
So after a little bit of sloppy play, Chapman dials it in, gets their first goal. 13:20 remains in the first quarter. And the number 1 seed throws the first punch.
Howren is a nice-looking player. Freshman, big body, big right-handed shot out of San Clemente, California. Really liked how he looked on that possession, playing with a lot of confidence right now.
Face-off number 2.
You can already tell Halliburton looks a lot more dialed in today. And, of course, I say that and throws it out of bounds.
So clean face-off win, quick turnover. Liberty's going to get their first true possession on offense.
Really like this midfield group from Liberty. I also, number 2, Sam Gregory out of Hudson, Ohio, ready attackman. He was really the catalyst to their offense last night.
This midfield line doesn't lack in size, does it?
No, big, strong kids. They can shoot the ball on the run, draw a lot of slides, draw a lot of attention, allowing their attack to kind of clean up and score a lot of goals.
Kind of passing around their umbrella. Here comes a wing dodge from the left. Feet in front, gets through, over and back call.
Let's look to see if Chapman goes early here. They got extra. They got an extra. They got advantage. Their pole ran the field.
Yeah, they got some one more if they get there. Yep. Great call, Coach Garner with the great little dodge.
Yeah, short side. Goalie stood up to the task. I'd like to see Garner get across the face of the cage there and be able to come upfield and score that goal.
Turnover Chapman, Liberty in transition. Numbers are kind of even. They touch it in, and they'll get some subs. I want to thank some of the groups that have been helping us bring you this broadcast. Prodigy, Lax All-Stars. Obviously the main title sponsor, Under Armour. Day 2 is quite a different experience than day 1, Coach.
Absolutely.
As you know.
Level of intensity just even today seems just elevated. You know, both these teams looking to try to move on to the semifinals, excuse me. And we got a flag down, pushing the back with possession. Chapman will be man down for a minute here.
So with 12:04 remaining in the first quarter, the Liberty Flames get their first man up opportunity. Thirty-second push call.
Got Kip Blanchard here in the box. He's a rangy defenseman, first-team All-SLC performer, great ground ball guy. You know, a tough break for him. Let's see if Chapman can hold off.
Liberty moving the ball pretty quickly around the outside. Chapman do a good job of rotating.
Gregory with a nice righty shot, hits the pipe, but Liberty picks it up, retains possession.
Yeah. 10.
Shot backed up by Chapman.
I love that. I love it when defensemen
4, 3,
sneak a little cheat to the end line.
release.
Chapman's still man down. They haven't released the second. Coach, do you have a different play for your 30-second man-ups than your 1 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's definitely a valid question, but you know, obviously you run plays to score on extra man, but you're also thinking about the score of the game and the time in the game, minute penalties, 30-second penalties, and how much do you want to actually use the clock if you're ahead, or certainly if you're behind, how quickly you need to score.
So the man-up kill from Chapman leads to a settled 6-on-6 possession.
Will McKeever on defense for Liberty doing a great job on ball. Really applying some pressure, created a turnover there. We're going to get a loose ball push call. Chapman will retain possession. Dylan Garner playing up top.
Shocked they don't have a shot clock yet. They've already gotten their first one, and here they're not really haven't really attacked the cage much in this possession. Very meticulous passing here from Chapman. Playing catch there in the top corner.
Liberty doing a nice job of preventing the short sticks from Chapman to have the ball. Wiley Bonham a shot, low, misses the cage.
What do you think? How do you think you would prepare a team for back-to-back games like this? What's the secret? Is there a secret?
I think you really have to have confidence in your systems. There's not a lot of adjusting that you can do at this point of the year. Obviously, some tweaks that you could throw in here and there, personnel-based, but really it's just doing what you do. And you can actually hear Coach Hartley over here on the Chapman sideline reminding his guys to do what they do and not stray away from the game plan here.
How much goes into the way you schedule your regular season to prepare you for this week?
I think at the MCLA level, it's really, really impactful. And the teams that schedule a difficult schedule, A, position themselves for opportunities to make the tournament, but B, they're going to be more comfortable in this setting when you have to play against some of the country's best teams.
Garner with the shot.
Both defenses now with some quality stops.
Yeah, McKeever does a good job there hugging the pipe, that's for sure. And I know that's where Garner wants to kind of get inside a lot. And he takes a lot of low-angle shots there on the pipe. New midfield for Liberty than their last offensive possession.
Let's see if they continue to work the two-man game over there with Gregory. Got a long dodge here.
Around the world dodge.
Blanchard's a tough nut to crack. He's one of their best defenders, one of the best defenders in the country here in the MCLA.
Yep. Britton
and
tried
he
to
drops
lean
him. There you go.
Like we mentioned yesterday, Chapman had played on turf the entire season.
Another stop for the Panthers. Now the difficulty now is, can they clear? Are we going to see a 10-man ride like we saw yesterday from Liberty? Chapman up and out quickly.
McKeon forces inside. Lucky bounce for Chapman.
Hey, if Chapman can continue to get up and out quickly, that's going to limit Liberty's ability to get into that 10-man ride that was so effective yesterday against Concordia. Sorry to cut you off, Coach. I think that's one of the things we're going to have to watch and see is as the defensive personnel from Chapman pushes the ball up the field, they're doing it so quickly to prevent that 10-man ride that they're getting offensive players matched up on the defensive end. So will Chapman go back to what we saw yesterday, which is some substitution games to try to trap Liberty's players on the defensive half of the field?
So Harriman with another save. I was calling him McKeever earlier. I apologize.
Yeah, McKeever's the number 5, the D guy.
Yep.
Both are. Harriman's awesome as well. Chapman's going to be a little bit more methodical with this possession.
They seem very deliberate today, more than I think I've ever seen them do.
Back-to-backs. If they're able to be successful today, they get a day off. But, this isn't Coach Hartley's first rodeo. I think he kind of has a pretty good idea of the gas left in the tank for his boys and strategizes toward that.
And let's be honest, the first half of yesterday's game was
hard work.
At a high pace. Harriman with a ground ball.
Harriman's been up to the task here the early stages of the game. McKeever with the ball. Overthrows a shorty. East-west passes, Coach.
You've been saying it all the last 2 days.
Parker Core has the ball, moves it on to Wiley Bonham. See if they get the ball to Tyler Miller here. Miller's coming in through the box. He's got a short stick matchup. He's accustomed to playing down low on attack, so I think a little big little with him behind or even an invert behind creates a little bit of a favorable matchup for Chapman. Here's the matchup I was talking about right here.
Miller with the left dodge over the GLE.
Did not look like they were interested in sliding to that.
I also don't know that he was really attacking that.
We got a double invert here now.
Both short stick defenders behind as Miller draws one over the top. Here's Miller again.
Yeah, it looks like they're dodging the feed there, and Liberty's not respecting it with any type of slide. And here's a slide from McKeever.
Great split. And they throw it away. Yeah. So
really, really nice job by the Flames on defense. They slid, recovered, great rotations, excellent approach there. Impressed with Liberty here in the early going.
Garner tries to force one, and it ends up out of bounds.
No 10-man today from Chapman, at least not thus far.
Here's Harriman. Pass is too high.
Yeah.
Quick turnover for Chapman.
Both teams struggling with high passes. I don't know if that's the dry climate here in Utah. Their sticks, the mesh kind of dries up, but both teams throwing the ball high today.
3:26 remaining in the first quarter.
It's up there. On the fence.
Quick outlet for Liberty. Looking to push in transition. No numbers. We'll see if they settle down here.
They really haven't had too many quality looks at the cage here.
With 3 minutes to go, we got a timeout here from Liberty.
Second round action from Salt Lake City of the 2018 MCLA National Tournament, powered by Under Armour. The number 1 seed Chapman holds on to a 1-0 lead with 3 minutes remaining in the first. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Yeah, let's figure something out. I trust it though. Welcome back. Double team goalie out after the restart.
Aggressive maneuver from the Panthers.
Almost.
Oh,
they
wow.
almost get stung.
It almost bit him in the butt there, but I like the idea applying that pressure early in the game, we talked about this yesterday, will now force the Liberty coaches to consider that every single time they have a timeout or an offensive opportunity, right? It changes what you do over the course of the game. I love it.
So after the timeout, the Chapman Panthers brought their goalie out to play defense and had 2 defensemen double-team the ball. It doesn't create a turnover, but they also didn't get scored on, so it was kind of worth the gamble. Shorty on shorty dodge at the GLE. We have 4 games going on simultaneously right now. To our right, BYU and Utah, the 2 home teams. Big crowd for that one. As Liberty gets in front, the ball is stripped.
Both defenses are playing at an elite level right now, and this is why both teams have made it to the quarterfinals. It always starts on the defensive end of the field, and they're doing a great job.
Let's go, Chap!
All right, we heard the poison call from the Chapman Panthers, which means they have a Liberty Flame offensive personnel trapped on the defensive end, and they're going to try to manipulate this so that they basically get a 4-on-4 out of it.
1-4-1 look.
There's the switch they were looking for. Bonham bumps it forward.
Core back to...
Great patience. I like Parker Core's patience there, not forcing anything.
Bonham gets to his left hand.
Great save by Harriman. Great save.
A little bit of a nonchalant shot there.
Yeah, that's not Bonham's cup of tea, really, shooting on the run. He's more of a time and rim shooter. McKeever clears the crease. Harriman scoops it up, and Flames are off to the races. If he headmans one more, they're going to have potential numbers.
Esch up to Miller. Miller touches it in. Another good defensive stand there for the Flames of Liberty. Miller again. Outside shot wide.
Errant pass. It's going to be out on Liberty.
Chapman defensemen have been swarming all day so far.
Let's see if Liberty decides to jump into the 10-man. This would be a great opportunity for them to do it. They elect against it.
They thought they were in the 10-man and they weren't. Oh, well, it was the end of the quarter. I was wrong. Apologize. So after 1, Chapman Panthers 1, Liberty 0. Second round, the quarterfinals of the 2018 MCLA National Tournament. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with second quarter action.
I'm Eric Law. I went to the University of Denver, and I played professional lacrosse for the Denver Outlaws. This is the UA Command 2.0. I really like the new design of the thinner scoop at the top to help with ground balls, and the same thing in the back with the flare to help with ground balls as well. The pocket, it forms just a nice, easy pocket right in the middle. I also love how light it is. We've been in the sun all day. It still doesn't get that soupy, bendy feeling. Also, what I really like the new addition of is the side rail pockets for the shooters, which doesn't go right in there, which I think is a brilliant design.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back to field number 4 from the Regional Athletic Complex here in Salt Lake City, Utah. First quarters showed us 1 goal. It was from Chapman, number 1 seed.
Thanks, Doug.
And you live look here in the Liberty huddle. Liberty held their own in that first quarter. Obviously holding Chapman to 1 is probably a goal they were going after. That's something they can live with. They just have to kind of convert those stops on the offensive end.
Absolutely. No, I think both teams have played outstanding on the defensive ends of the field. Liberty's had some quality looks at the cage, hasn't converted. Conversely, so has Chapman. And honestly, I think Harriman's done a nice job in the goal for Liberty. Really, with such a low-scoring game thus far, it's kind of taken the face-off aspect out of the game a little bit, which makes the rides and clears even that much more impactful. We've seen some failed clears here. Something to keep an eye on moving forward.
It's almost special teams.
Yeah,
right?
Yep. We spend every Tuesday of every week on special teams.
Special Teams Tuesday.
Special teams practice is Tuesdays.
Tacos?
Exactly. San Antonio tacos.
Head man for Chapman.
Fast break, Chaptown.
Little head of steam.
Lefty break. Bonham
Wiley
to
from
Garner.
his knees to Garner.
Garner hitches.
Goal!
Big time play. That was beautiful.
What an assist.
Bonham running the point on the lefty break. Catches it on his knees. Feeds the ball to Garner. Garner catches, hitches, comes topside, and buries. What an awesome fast break.
That's a textbook Chapman play right there. That's kind of what they're known for. Bonham, the Loyola transfer, finds Garner. I feel like they're complete mirror opposites of each other.
Yeah, they're very similar. Their games are very similar. I think Garner's a little bit more of a ball carrier initiator, where Bonham's more of a finish guy, but both of them have the same body type, and Bonham's a sophomore, so he's going to develop those aspects of his game.
If you want to join in the conversation, you look in the top left corner of your screen. Use the hashtag. Hashtag LUVCHAP. So LUVCHAP. If you have any comments, questions, we're pronouncing someone's name wrong, we'd love to know.
Big time face-off win from Haliburton. What do you call these unis, Coach Brandon? These are prison
The
unis?
Bumblebee unis?
I'm not sure. Jailbirds.
Yeah.
I like them. It's like at this point now, it's like a Chapman staple. That's their deal.
It was kind of a trendsetter 5-10 years ago when they brought him in.
Rick Shinnin.
Slick Rick.
Tyler Miller is going to work his way back to his comfort zone down by the goal. And we're looking at another little. Little shimmy behind the cage, nothing going. Up and over.
Great short stick defense as well.
Yeah, McGuirk looking to try to probe here a little bit.
Gets in front.
McGuirk going to get called for the crease.
Dove in the crease there.
Way. Those are what we call all or nothing dodges.
You better score or we're going to lose the ball.
Yeah, there's really no upside other than the potential for a goal. And he's a freshman, so I'm not surprised that that's something that he considers. Liberty showing off their depth here. Now they're going back to their ones. This midfield unit was very, very productive for them yesterday. Game of inverts. Now we're seeing an invert from Liberty. Drew the slide quick, finds the open man, quick shot.
Might hit the pipe.
Yeah. That was a very quick slide from Blanchard. If I'm the Flames, if I know I'm going to generate a slide that early off of inverts, I'm going to go back to it all day.
There's another invert from X. They swing it all the way around to the other side and return the ball back to X. Great dodge, just loses the ball at the last second. And here's that Chapman defensive unit that's done a great job of keeping the ball on the ground or getting ground balls. And there it is. They're up and they're out.
Defensive GB for Chapman.
Man, they turn it right over.
Yeah, those clears, man. Liberty rides it back. Extra opportunity. These second chance opportunities are oftentimes dangerous.
Zeller tries to split, loses the ball. Here is
another fast
Chapman.
break opportunity. Righty break this time.
Looking through
Garner to
Wiley.
Bonham. Wow. Are you kidding?
And the flag, so we're going to have an and one. They're going to go straight into a man up. Great
How
finish.
impressive is this, right? They go lefty break, Bonham feeds it down to Garner. They go righty break, and Garner returns the favor. Awesome.
They have a knack for finding each other, and that was the last two have been awesome. So Garner to Wiley Bonham for the third goal of the day for Chapman. Flag is waved off. Thought maybe he got pushed after the play, but maybe they saw it differently than I did.
If you're McGuirk, are you like, hey guys, I want to get in the action?
Yeah.
You know? Nah. Halliburton at the X. Second team all SLC performer out of Bishop O'Dowd in Oakland, California.
Not to be confused with Archbishop Mitty in Oakland, California.
There we go. Yep. Dropping some East Bay knowledge there, Coach Brand. Turnover. It's going to be Chapman ball. Let's see now if Liberty elects to get into the 10-man.
And there he comes. Yep, you're right.
Here comes the 10-man. Now they're into it.
Pressure's starting to work. Here's Core. Core looking to take a shot. Wisen's up.
Really nice composure out of the Chapman defensive unit. Clear the ball successfully, and now they get to work on an offensive possession. Now, they've been super dangerous in transition. Haven't done a ton in the 6-on-6, so we'll see what Chapman's able to do in settled offense.
10:40 remains in the second quarter. Chapman has dominated the scoreboard, although it's only 3. Their defense has been the difference so far.
I like this McGuirk-McKeever matchup. That's two excellent young players. I believe McKeever's a sophomore, McGuirk's a freshman. Two guys that both programs can look to build around for the future, getting some valuable experience here at the tournament.
Here's Wiley with a shot.
Wow.
Tries to shoot around his defender.
He can really let it go. I mean, that frame, he's about 6'3", lefty, and he can really generate some velocity on that shot.
McGuirk gets to the island. Core swings through. Been really impressed by the way they've been able to kind of attack the defense, keep them on their toes. Big sweep shot.
Great save.
Harriman with a save. He's out of the crease. Takes a
Wiley
little bit of a
Bonham
hit.
rides it. Turns him back.
Bonham does a great job riding there.
Oh, you never want to save the ball back in on your defensive half.
Garner with the ground ball. No need for dangerous passes in that situation.
And now we're going to see a second chance opportunity off of offensive rebound from Chapman. Again, these second chance opportunities, they can be daggers. From a psychological standpoint, defensively you fail to clear. Now you got to try to get another stop. It just becomes difficult.
The world's biggest gust of wind comes through. Shot from Chapman.
Dylan Garner reaches back. Just a little bit off target. I got to say, Harriman's been up to snuff today. Really, they've got 3 goals and 2 of them were fast breaks, so he's been very good.
He's been there when he's made the saves that he should make.
Absolutely. Garner isolation, draws 2, gets it moving. Right back to Garner. Now he's got a short stick matchup. They're going to try to create some room for him to burn. Good drift from Howren.
They switch on D very quickly.
Liberty, really nice job of adjusting. After that first goal where they hedged adjacent and Howren had a little bit of a cannon, they have not hedged adjacent since. Bonham has a short stick, initiates, draws a slide, nothing going. Love the patience out of Chapman right now.
Here's Core from the wing, shorty on shorty, gets underneath, tries to take a shot.
Crossbar.
Deflected away. Liberty with the ground ball.
McKeever with the GB. Really impressed with his game. He's a talented player.
Mickle pushed out on the sideline. Turnover back to Chapman. There's that ride again.
There it is. you just assume that clearing is an element of the game that you're going to be successful at, right? Most teams are operating around 85% or better, and it's not something you continually work on when you're operating at that high of a percentage, but it's never an area of the game you can overlook because it's so impactful. McKeever.
Throwing some hammers.
Yeah, he's a stud. I was wrong. He's a junior, but still, just a fantastic player.
7:14 to go. Second quarter. Chapman, 3-spot over the Flames of Liberty. And here in the second round of the MCLA National Tournament powered by Under Armour. We'll be right back after this timeout.
We're back. Timeout Chapman. It'll be Chapman's possession. They've struggled to get things going here in the half field, but we'll see if they can get something going here.
How many games this year did you use all 4 of your timeouts?
Not as often as I would like, to be honest with you. I hate taking them home with me, right? But there's just a lot of situations that you kind of feel like you kind of want to let the players play through a little bit. I think there's a lot to be learned from those opportunities, but at the same time, as a coach, you want control. So it's a difficult balance. How about you?
Obviously, it depends on your opponent.
Yeah.
It depends on the score. In the close games, I'm trying to use all 4.
Sure.
But like you said, in some of the games where they're a little bit more lopsided, timeout's not really going to change much. Or you want the game to end earlier.
We played Team Canada in the fall, and it was great. We played them very well. I was really proud of our guys. We lost 10-8, and I took a timeout to try to get one last look at the cage, even though even if we had scored, we probably wouldn't have enough time on the clock to score again. And it was some good gamesmanship in the timeout from the Canada staff. They came out of the timeout, doubled, and pretty much eliminated our ability to run anything. But I loved it. It was just guys competing to the end. That's what it's all about.
Quick stick goal.
Beautiful
from
look.
Chapman.
McWork finds him on the inside.
Jack McKeon.
Great look. That's what execution's all about, right?
Sure.
Timeout, inside look, jam. Big goal from Chapman.
Big smile on Coach Hartley's face. I assume that what he drew up was executed. That's the best thing, and that's all you can ask as a coach. Where was that Team Canada-Cleveland game?
We played it in the great city of Buffalo, New York. Your hometown, right?
Oh, yeah. All-High Stadium.
It was actually awesome. Awesome venue. They had these crazy goals with nets that I had never seen before that every time you hit the cage, didn't matter where on the goal, it made the sound like you hit the corner.
Sure.
And I think everybody got a kick out of that. Walking in during warm-ups when it's Team Canada and you're hearing ding, 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 you're like, oh, they really are good. Then you realize it's the cage.
Yeah, unfortunate news with the Canadian national team.
Yeah, it's really too bad. I feel like it's something that even maybe the greater international community needs to get involved in, because without Canada, the World Games just loses a lot of its luster.
Talking to Cam Holding, Michigan State head coach, yesterday about that topic, he experienced, some of the reasons behind this. He blew out his ACL playing in that same weekend, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. He did. Unfortunately, a number of their players got hurt that weekend. They played a lot of lacrosse, but you have to. It's an evaluation period for the coaching staff, and it's just a shame. It really is. And not having Canada there will be a huge blow, I think, to Lacrosse at the world stage.
Bonham to course, strikes it. Top
Quick
left
release.
corner.
Absolutely hammered it. It was in and out of his stick like a hummingbird, and that thing was in the top left corner. Great shot from Parker Core.
So Chapman get their 5th goal. They're still hanging a donut right now in Liberty. I think they've got a ton of momentum.
And Halliburton plays a big part in that. You know, it's been almost make it take it today. There hasn't been a ton of face-offs, but he's been dominating at the X.
How long until the sun is directly in our eyes? Or is it not going that direction?
It is going that direction, 100%.
Can't wait.
Another face-off win for Chapman. Phillips, we saw him yesterday. His wing play was incredible, and he has some serious wheels. Bonham is looking a lot more active today, too. I feel like he's really engaged in today's game.
Exactly 5 minutes until halftime. Chapman's pretty much dominated the second quarter, almost like they did in the third quarter yesterday against Indiana.
It just goes back to our earlier conversations about the face-off and the role that it plays in our sport. I mean, Liberty hasn't had an opportunity. Right? They've hurt themselves a little bit with their inability to clear, but the other side of it is that Halliburton has had a great day at the X, and ultimately, right, you can't score goals if you don't have the ball.
You got it.
Probably way too much weight for one table. We'll figure it out. Yeah, but I just added to it.
Rare appearance from the albino president. Ken Lovick sitting behind us here watching this second quarter action.
Tyler Miller looking to initiate the action. Draws the flag. Not normally his wheelhouse initiating, but he did a nice job there. Got pushed in the back, and the Chapmans will go man up for 30.
30-second push on Liberty.
As Coach Brand mentioned, by all means, please, let's get the conversation started. You can hit us up on Twitter at Mike J. Brand and at DSheridan8.
Or the hashtag LU vs. Chap.
Either or.
Both work.
Chapman's got a little wheel action, 3-3 wheel. You see Miller sneaking the pipe. Wiley Bonham able to stretch that 2-on-1 on the backside because he's got such range. Oh, deflection.
Nice soak. Don't rub it, as we say.
Chapman ball. 2 seconds left in the penalty.
One. Release. Start the clock. Clock.
Substitution game coming for Chapman here. They're making sure to get their top guys out there. Blake Lee. And here comes McKeon, the last goal scorer.
Parker Core steps on.
Looks like that took them about a minute to get their personnel on.
I always have a hard time with that. You know, officials' discretion, right? If the shot clock's in place, you sub how you want. You have a limited amount of time, and you got to deal with it.
Right. Core stings it from a low angle.
Low angle shot down that righty alley. That's probably one Harriman would like to have back. I don't disagree with Liberty's decision not to slide there, but, you know, that's a nice goal by Parker.
6th goal. 6-0 run.
Big time run, and we're going to see that will continue if Halliburton can continue to be successful at the X. Liberty needs a spark play here.
One little play could lead to a lot of
no doubt
positivity.
Violation on Liberty. Oh, and that's the third. We're going to see Chapman go on the extra man one more time. Just continues to add to the uneven feel of this game.
Release at 2:36.
Score update. The big matchup of the day, BYU and Utah, 5-2. The two local teams, longtime rivals. I don't know if you want to call it a rivalry. Utah's only beat them once, and it was this year. But it seems like they might be able to do it again today. Man up for Chapman off the face-off violation.
A little 2-4 stacks here. Made popular by the Blue Devils of Duke. You seal, you slip. You seal, you slip. Liberty doing a nice job covering it up.
And they find the slip.
Oh, yeah, Harriman. That's a big save. We're going to give him some confidence going into the half here.
Right as the penalty is released, they clear it on a big loopy pass.
And the 10-man is in play for Chapman. They're feeling a
there
little
comes
more
the double.
confident. Goalie's out of the cage.
Great timeout there from Coach McQuillan of Liberty. I think that was what we're talking about yesterday. I think Chapman's still trying to find some momentum from the timeout, even though that was a timeout when they had it in their own box. So with 2:10 remaining, 6-0 Chapman run to kick off this game. We'll take a quick break from the 2018 MCLA National Tournament, powered by Under Armour. We're back here at the Regional Athletic Complex in Salt Lake City, Utah. A live look into the Liberty defensive huddle. This defense did play well to start the game.
Oh, extremely well.
And I think, the fact that they've had to play almost exclusively defense in that second quarter, I think that's a tough task, especially against this Chapman team. If your offense can relieve a little bit of pressure, it's going to keep you sharp on the defensive end.
Yeah, it's been slow going, obviously, for Liberty because they've had struggles clearing the ball and have been, less than efficient at the face-off X. Puts a lot of pressure on your defense. Now, it doesn't mean that they can't settle down and, get a few possessions here, but it's a struggle when Chapman's just dominating those different areas of the game.
Too many men in the field. The ref kind of took the blame but didn't make a call.
Yeah, no, that's a flag.
I'm not sure I would allow that to let go without an argument.
No.
Maybe the 6-0 lead makes you not argue that one so much.
I'm embarrassed to say it, but that happened to me this year.
Yeah.
And it's a flag.
Right.
Or a change of possession, at the very least.
Yeah, even if the ref doesn't set the field correctly, that's still a flag.
Yeah. Meet halfway. I'll call it a change of possession.
Yeah, there you go.
See, this is not the offensive approach that Liberty took yesterday. They just single inverts. Hands free.
Big shot from up top. Great deflection.
Oh, big time. Nice goal from Caleb Britton off the garbage. Little rebound inside. Good hands. Finishes it over.
So the Liberty Flames are off the schneid. They get their first.
That could be the spark play they needed.
Minute till halftime. 6-1 Chapman. One goal can lead to great things.
Yeah, just keep in mind here that they're in the bonus, so to speak, at the face-off X. Any violations, a 30-second technical on Liberty.
Man, that really changes the outlook of your face-off guy. It second guesses every move he makes.
Got to be a little more slow to go on the whistle here.
Chapman ball off the hold on the face-off. Seems like every face-off's going their way at this point of the game.
Parker Core with a hitch, big overhand release, misses the cage. Excuse me, Dylan Garner on a pass from Parker Core.
Same height, similar numbers. You get a little confusing, makes sense. Here's Core, had a beautiful goal earlier in the game. All the single digits out there.
We're under a minute here, so Chapman's going to be really smart with this ball and probably hold for the last shot.
45 left. Core dances down the wing. This is where he got his last one. Kind of makes a fake to get rid of the slide. Switches hands left. Big save.
Still plenty of time for Liberty to get one here as well.
25 remains.
If I'm Coach Hartley, I'm a little probably frustrated with Parker Core to try to force that attempt with so much time left on the clock.
So up on 10. Look through,
backside
top
sneak,
side,
Caleb Britton,
finish.
and a goal.
Britton with his second.
That's a great goal by Liberty, but again, you come back to the discipline of the Chapman O, and if they just had hoped for the last shot, you would never have to worry about that. That's essentially a 2-goal swing potentially.
And it looks like Liberty may go into the half with a little bit of momentum.
No question.
You know, you can play 28 minutes of bad lacrosse and have 2 great minutes and go into the halftime with a lot of positive momentum.
Well, I think Coach Hartley is reminding Mr. Core about that shot attempt and the time of the game. Face-off win from Liberty.
And there you go. End of the first half. Chapman 2, Chapman 6, Liberty 2. We'll take a quick break for halftime with Liberty going to the half with a little bit of a 2-goal swing. You're watching the 2018 MCLA National Tournament, powered by Under Armour.
I'm Greg Gorenlian, known as Greg Beast. I played for the New York Lizards. I just retired from the MLL, and I face off for Team USA. An elite level face-off man looks for a couple different things. The first thing is the pinch points of the head, the flex points, how it wraps around the ball. The second thing you look for is the scoop. Is it rigid enough? Can it help you get an extra couple ground balls? The third thing is you want durability. You don't want to have to go buy a new head every few games. So this head basically encompasses all 3 of those. The Face-Off Academy put Command X's heads and their prototypes through the grinder. They lasted throughout the entire grind. They flexed exactly how we wanted them to. So not only were they pliable, not only were they durable, but they were also used in a lot of different facets. So it came out with a pretty good rating. The UA Command X. Dive under, take over.
Founded in 2009, Lacrosse Talk Radio has the most live and up-to-date coverage of the fastest sport on 2 feet. Whether you're listening to one of our over 200 live youth, high school, collegiate, or professional game broadcasts, or our regional specialty shows, Lacrosse Talk Radio gives you access and insight to your favorite teams and players. Visit us at lacrossetalkradio.com for our broadcast schedules in the Rocky Mountain, Tri-State, and Mid-Atlantic regions. Lacrosse Talk Radio, the official voice of the MCLA.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye? That when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid?
See ya!
Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So what whatever you're going to do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. The shaft is the Meso, and obviously when you look at it, it's got a really sleek look to it. Black on black is pretty smooth. Feel it, it's not too rigid, got a little bit of a grit to it. It's very durable, but it's pretty light. It's got a little bit of a flex to it, so it puts a little bit more on your shot. UA Meso Composite, balanced, battle tested. My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. This is the Under Armour Banshee. It's the mid-level lacrosse cleat. What I like about it is it's got a low cleat feel, but with the protection of a mid to high cleat. I'm usually a guy who likes to protect my ankles, but I don't like to lose the mobility and feel like I'm wearing a heavy cleat. UA Banshee, untouchable, unstoppable.
I'm Eric Law. I went to the University of Denver and I played professional lacrosse for the Denver Outlaws. This is the UA Command 2.0. I really like the new design of the thinner scoop at the top to help with ground balls, and the same thing in the back with the flare to help with ground balls as well. The pocket, it forms just a nice, easy pocket right in the middle. I also love how light it is. We've been in the sun all day. It still doesn't get that soupy, bendy feeling. Also, what I really like the new addition of is the side rail pockets for the shooters, which doesn't go right in there, which I think is a brilliant design.
I'm Greg Gorenlian, known as Greg Beast. I played for the New York Lizards. I just retired from the MLL, and I face off for Team USA. An elite level face-off man looks for a couple different things. First thing is the pinch points of the head, the flex points, how it wraps around the ball. The second thing you look for is the scoop. Is it rigid enough? Can it help you get an extra couple ground balls? The third thing is you want durability. You don't want to have to go buy a new head every few games. So this head basically encompasses all three of those. The Face-Off Academy put Command X's heads and their prototypes through the grinder. They lasted throughout the entire grind. They flexed exactly how we wanted them to. So not only were they pliable, not only were they durable, but they were also used in a lot of different facets. So it came out with a pretty good rating. The UA Command X. Dive under, take over.
Founded in 2009, Lacrosse Talk Radio has the most live and up-to-date coverage of the fastest sport on 2 feet. Whether you're listening to one of our over 200 live youth, high school, collegiate, or professional game broadcasts, or our regional specialty shows, Lacrosse Talk Radio gives you access and insight to your favorite teams and players. Visit us at lacrossetalkradio.com for our broadcast schedules in the Rocky Mountain, Tri-State, and Mid-Atlantic regions. Lacrosse Talk Radio, the official voice of the MCLA.
Life is about moments.
If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask
We're back as action starts. 6-2, Chapman lead. First face-off.
And surprise, surprise, Phillips with a huge ground ball off the wing. Takes it to the rack, misses the cage. Chapman ball.
Coach Sheridan, let's talk about the first half. What did you see there that you can see spill into the second half here?
I mean, I saw time of possession heavily skewed toward the Panthers. That said, I loved that Liberty kept their heads in the game and actually finished the half on a high note, scoring back-to-back goals. I'm sure Coach Hartley wasn't thrilled with his end of the half kind of time management from his players. But at the end of the day, they're up by 4. They got a lot to build off of, and they're an experienced group. So I would look for Chapman to continue along the same path from a game plan perspective. And Liberty, they got to clean up the clears. They really got to clean up the clears and try to find an answer at the face-off X because they just have such a limited number of possessions in the first half.
Talk a lot about getting throwing that first punch in the first beginning of the game in the second half, and there you see it.
A little mumbo off ball to set up Wiley Bonham for a lefty time and rip.
Bonham's had a heck of a game today. 6'4", 180 out of Alamo, California. Where's Alamo, California, Coach?
He's a product of Northern California. I believe he's a Monta Vista High School product. Played a year at Loyola in Baltimore and found his way to Chapman University. A lot of his high school counterparts are on the Chapman Panthers team, and I think for him it was an opportunity to get back with his buddies and still play meaningful lacrosse for a great coach.
Here's that face-off dot where Chapman has dominated this mostly today, and it's not exactly about clean wins. It's about ground balls.
Yeah. I love the play of Phillips. Jack Phillips out of Danville, California, another one of those NorCal kids. Has been, none of his stuff really registers in the stat sheet, goals and assists, but the ground ball play off the wing has been as important as anything for Chapman. Look for a little bit of a methodical possession here from the Panthers.
Garner and McKeon on the right side. Good approach here from the Liberty short stick defender.
Halloran's got a shorty, so they're going to look to initiate with him.
Here's McGurk up at X.
Testing the waters here. They're going to get it up and over. Look for Halloran to get a dodge down the ready alley here. Wiley Bonham will pop behind the ball.
Halloran gets the
There
GLE,
There's
throws
the
it back.
to Bonham. One more. Garner.
Catch.
Deflected. That's the offensive possession that Chapman wanted, though. They got the look they were hoping for. Unlucky.
Got some numbers here on the backside. Threw it down the alley. No slow break. Late cut. So Liberty will sub and settle.
Yeah, I think for Liberty right now, they just want to get a good possession.
Liberty, of course, finished off Concordia Irvine, the 8th seed. One of the 2 upsets in the Division I bracket yesterday. Chapman, of course, had a scare from 16 Indiana and then had a dominant second half.
See, they went to the invert game again, and it's not something that they lived off of yesterday. They initiated from up top yesterday. The invert game for them right now it's not working.
So besides putting a short stick defender kind of in an unnatural position, what are you looking to capitalize on when you invert, Coach?
I mean, for them, I think they feel like it's a guaranteed slide. And obviously, if you can draw a slide, draw 2 to the ball, and get the ball hot, you can generate some rotations and some perhaps missed assignments. The problem is they're not just making the simple play after generating the slide. They're looking to make the pass to score, and they haven't been accurate with those passes, so they've turned into turnovers.
How often do you invert?
Very rarely.
Not a lot of return on your investment there?
It just depends. I think, at a scouting report.
And there it is.
There you go. Again, though, it was a pass to score, and I don't think those are high percentage plays.
So Chapman gets one, Liberty gets one. 7-3. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Great inside finish there with a limited room on the crease.
A lot of teams will get into a little bit of a zone defense when they get inverted. They'll get in a zone behind it. I personally like to invert against those teams because I know exactly what defensive look I'm getting every time.
2012 coached against Dartmouth. They inverted every single time they got the ball.
Makes for a long game.
Ground ball scrap by the sideline.
McGurk hustles down that loose ball. Possession Chapman.
He's in a little bit of trouble. Sneaks away from his defender.
I'll tell you what, it's not clean at the X for Chapman, but they seem to be winning all those 50-50 ground balls.
Core will sub through the midfield.
They've got a face-off guy trapped on the defensive end of the field right now. Let's see if they look to take advantage of that. Play in the 5-on-5. Or potentially set a pick with him.
Yeah, if you see Fowler here shutting off against Phillips. Part of me thinks your defenseman should know how to play defense.
Your face-off guy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
your face-off guy shouldn't be vulnerable.
Oh, nice look.
Shot, goal.
Wiley Bonham feeding with his right hand to McGurk.
Bonham, an early candidate for man of the match.
That's where that 6'4" frame comes into play. He can really see through the defense, over the goal, and make a nice pass there to McGurk. credit McGurk for his hard work without the ball in the stick.
Mike, how you doing, Mike? Mike, this is Mike Sellers. Mike's our new assistant coach. Nice to meet you. Yeah, good to see you. Glad you're here, man.
Yeah, thanks. So 9:30 to go in the third. Chapman answers back again with their 8th goal of the day. And we're talking about face-off guys playing defense. You know, I tell my face-off guys all the time, I'm worried about what you do when you lose the face-off.
Right, even the best guys. Well, I mean, obviously the percentages keep going up, but usually the best guys are still only winning at about 60, 70%. You're going to have to play defense a bunch.
If we win the ball, you're just going to come off.
Right. Yeah, we've made a commitment to forcing our guys to play both ends of the field and practice every day. So if they're in those situations in games, they have confidence that they've done it before. Some teams just send their face-off guys to the corner and say, hey, go clamp all day, which is, I guess, there's some value in that too. Another face-off win. I mean, that's ultimately going to be the demise of the Flames if they can't solve that riddle.
Obviously, in the second half against Indiana yesterday, the Panthers dominated the face-off wings, like we've seen here so far.
Just athletic superiority on the wings. Omar Fahidi, Jack Phillips. These guys are phenomenal. Garner's got a hang-up on McKeever.
McKeever comes out and plays him. This could be dangerous. It works out for him. Here he comes.
And we got a fast break here from Liberty. Let's see if they capitalize. Draw and dump Lacrosse. Oh, mishandled. Great job by Gregory to just corral that ball and maintain possession for the Flames.
Ash has the ball up top. Lucky to retain possession. They sub a couple players.
It's so funny, you know, you think that the hang-up is an advantage for the offense.
Great finish.
Big-time goal from the Flames. Really short angle, sneaks it in there.
They cut the lead to 4. We have ourselves a bit of a ball game here. Liberty's not going away.
Chase Wright showing off a different dimension to his game. Yesterday it was hard shots on the run down the alley. Today, getting underneath, finishing in tight. Really impressed by his play. Farhidi on the wing, Jack Phillips on the wing, Halliburton at the X for Chapman. Halliburton wins the clamp. Quick counter. And Phillips with a big GB. He gets brought to the ground. Ball's loose. Oh, there's a little bit of an acting job.
Ole.
Liberty Flames ball. If they can get a goal here, brings them within 3. That's a huge game-changing moment.
Momentum is in the balance here. Liberty not going away, scoring some timely goals.
That's the kind of effort that Liberty needs on every single face-off from their wing play.
Because like we mentioned earlier, the
big
shot save.
That's the save that Rich needed.
The face-off draw is not really dominated. It's that ground ball after the fact. And Liberty's in the 10-man.
Yeah, right into it. And I like it. I like the decision to be aggressive here. McKeever comes up, plays the ball. Parker Core, great spin move. Hit the button on the controller.
You know, talk about how, Chapman 10-man. So that means they seeded
here
practice.
We go. Time and room. Just barely misses. That's the yin and yang of the 10-man, right? You start to give up some things if they can.
You put yourself out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the return on investment right now for the Flames is probably worth it. I would imagine they continue to 10-man as this game goes on.
Initial save.
Here we go. Liberty ball. See if Chapman gives a little 10-man of their own. Nope, they're gonna just rely on a normal rod.
Here's Esch. One man clear.
Great athlete.
And he easily touches it in to settle down the offense. Don't forget, you can engage with us online. Hashtag LUVerseChap. See it up there in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Over and back call. Garner will look to restart. That was definitely not 5 yards. They get the call. Liberty goes palms up. Easiest call the refs have had to make today.
Big save by Harriman. We're going to see a man up. A little power play here from the Panthers.
8-4 Chapman, the number 1 seed up on Liberty. The 9 seed.
Yep, 5-13.
Man up attempt. An opportunity for Chapman. Garner carries up to the middle. Here comes that wheel motion.
Oh, hands free. Just a bit outside.
More wheel motion.
Yeah.
With some throwbacks.
He came off the base. Now you got him. Just throw the ball in front of you.
And there's the backside to Wiley. Shot and goal. Put him to sleep on the right.
That's it.
Score on the left.
Yeah, that wheel motion created a little bit of an overload. When you're already playing man down, you can't overload, right? So Wiley Bonham gets a step into one with nobody on his gloves. And he's about as good a shooter as there is in the country in the MCLA with his feet set.
Chapman with their 9.
Despite the score here, I think Harriman has done an exceptional job in the goal for Liberty.
Not a lot of goalies are going to save bomb
yeah.
shot there from that situation with a completely open
time. And
free
so
hands.
he's got a couple man up goals. They've had a couple fast break goals, right? But in the settled 6-on-6, Liberty's done a pretty nice job overall. And Harriman, to his credit, has been outstanding in the goal.
Nice ground ball from Fowler. They try to clear through Esch.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's the kind of ground ball and possession that Liberty needs off the face-off to get back into this game. And for Chapman, they can't lose the intensity that they played with early. You know, those ground balls were why they were able to mount this lead. We've got a zone here from the Panthers. First wrinkle of the day, other than the double out of the timeout, and Liberty wastes no time stepping into a gap and hammering the ball.
Chase Wright with the goal. The 5th of the game for Liberty.
I completely understand the decision there to try to drop into zone. You know, you can second guess that call when they step into one and hammer it quick, but I like the idea. Unfortunately for Chapman, it just guy had a laser. Coach McRobbie tweets at us. He says he wasn't a big fan of having his face-off guy get back and play defense, and I understand that, especially.
But it's a safety plan,
right? If you have a guy who's a face-off specialist, who's an exceptional face-off man, you're willing to sacrifice some potential temporary 6-on-5s in the event that he loses. But if your guy is not dominant at the X, you better be prepared for him to play some defense because he's going to lose some.
Come on, Coach Mack, get it together.
Pick your poison.
I just like messing with him. But if your face-off guy can't play defense, you better be able to win face-offs.
Right. Well, you know, it's a different school of thought too. Some people are completely willing to give up a temporary 6-on-5 for a few seconds and run somebody off the field. It actually forces the offense to execute, play fast, and make those decisions on the fly. But against the better teams, oftentimes those result in goals.
We thank you for checking in, watching this second round game from Salt Lake City. No shortage of sun out here. And
Esch looking to dodge from the wing versus Phillips. Great matchup. Two great athletes out here in the MCLA. Gonna get dodged again.
Elliott sweeps over the top. Great defense there.
Really good slide and recover from the Chapman Panthers. Gregory to his right hand. Okay.
Not a great approach, no slide.
Yeah. You know, he's a challenging matchup for a lot of defensemen because he's short and he's built like a fire hydrant, right? So you can't really get a handle on him. His center of gravity is so low, he's able to get to his strong hand, and he continues to have a very, very good showing at this tournament.
Liberty cuts it to 3. 3 minutes left in the third. Chapman up 9-6. Liberty's not going away, Coach.
Absolutely not. They're right in striking distance here. I'm really impressed with kind of their staying power in this game. Some great physicality here on the wings. Guys getting after it. Love it. Oh, yeah. Halliburton pulls it out. Liberty Flames looking to get a first-time GB. Oh, there's a push. Blatant. Liberty's ball.
They still have to clear.
Oh, boy.
Wings fucking top.
That was a terrible decision.
Errant pass. Chapman has the opportunity to pick it up. They will. And now they look to clear as well.
And I think the Liberty Flames are going to hang back and not get into their 10 men here. That was a missed opportunity for Liberty. You know, they had that push, got a free possession there, weren't able to clear the ball.
Late sub from both Chapman and Liberty. Garner operates on the right. Lucas Tophoven from Berlin, Germany, defending Garner here on the right.
Yeah? I've had the good fortune of visiting Berlin and playing lacrosse in the Berlin Open. Some great people over there. Really enjoyed my experience.
Core from the right wing. He has the short stick matchup. They swing it back to the other wing for the other short stick matchup.
Stemler
finds McGuirk at X. Garner swings. They find Bonham and back to McGuirk.
Here we are, back in the hang-up. Now, Coach, what are your thoughts on the hang-up here?
I send the guy right away, both goalie and defenseman.
Yeah, okay.
Pinch him.
Do you have a specific side that you play, or you just?
I don't think we got hung up once this entire season.
Really?
Us or the other team.
Wow.
Shot clock still on. About 20 seconds left. Garner has a speed dodge, gets topside, wide of the cage.
He's a tough matchup.
Not great preparation for that dodge on that one.
He's just deceptively fast. McGuirk tries to turn the corner and gets bodied.
And interesting, you see Chapman subbing defenseman on before the possession even ends because they know that they're in a close, they're close to having that shot clock go off.
Big time spin move, middle of the field. And he's got a highway to the cage behind the back.
Save.
Wow. I don't think that Rich even knew that the ball hit him.
That's Tophoven again.
I'm not sure that you could expect a behind the back from a pull on the run.
And that at the end of the quarter, no 10-man right on that one. End of the quarter, Chapman sending the ball down, trying to get a quick late goal.
I love that rule change, by the way.
The ball can go in after the whistle if it's not deflected or touched.
As long as it's released prior.
Sure.
Yep, I love it.
End of the third quarter. Chapman with a 9-6 lead. This one's closer than it seemed in the beginning. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back with fourth quarter action from the 2018 MCLA National Tournament, powered by Under Armour.
Life is about moments.
If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings. Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quade?
All right. See ya!
Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
Back to fourth quarter lacrosse from the second round of the 2018 MCLA National Tournament, powered by Under Armour. 3-goal ball game. Liberty's done a good job of keeping themselves relevant here. We have withholding call against Chapman.
Big call. Big call. It's been an exciting game thus far. We've seen some different wrinkles thrown out by both teams: 10-man ride, zone, some shutoff. And ultimately, as always, it's come down to just the simple fundamentals of the game: blown clears, unforced errors. Those are what have kept Liberty from being successful. But they've gotten better and better as the game has worn on, and I look for them to continue their momentum.
Zampano down to the wing to Elliott. Elliott dodges that wing, gets inside. Runs out of room. Great short stick defense there from Chapman.
Yeah, I've been impressed the whole time we've been here with the Chapman shorties. They do a really nice job.
Brewster and Phillips out there right now as the short stick defenseman.
This is a great matchup of two elite athletes here between Esch and Phillips.
Phillips draws the pull early. Great recovery there from Chapman.
Outstanding defense.
Try to get you some score updates here as if they come in. Up top feed, inside, triple team comes.
Huge save by Rich.
Great job to get a shot off there.
Yeah,
under duress.
Just both ways, just really good lacrosse. Souza. Oh, here we go. We got a fast break. This is where Chapman's dangerous. Warner.
Hill.
McGuirk. Great defense down low.
McGuirk loses the ball. Pritchett. Big defenseman.
Caleb Britton comes up with a loose ball. That is huge defense from the Liberty Flames. 4-on-3, natural fast break.
Great rotation, timely fast break slide. Arrive when the ball arrives.
That was awesome.
Zampano wants to invert.
I think the Panthers are excited about this strategy from Liberty because it's killing clock. At this point, it's a battle against not only Chapman, but the time left in the game. Caleb Britton gets a short stick matchup, looks to isolate, moves it on. Souza with the trail check. Ball still loose. Some fancy hockey there by Blanchard. Awesome job by Kip Blanchard to get the ball off the turf and leg it.
They have a little bit of numbers. Still have a wide open guy in the crease. They may want to slow the pace down here and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Absolutely no need to force anything right here if you're Chapman.
Each possession gets more and more important as the clock winds down. Chapman doing a good job of maintaining a solid possession.
Dylan Warner gets an approach. Skips it. Bonham. What a save, Harriman.
Harriman attacking that shot. Doing a great quick outlet pass. The attackman from Chapman doing a good job to turn the ball back. Great ride from the Panthers. Core will restart.
After a huge save from Harriman, that is a costly turnover by the Flames.
You notice some teams have their conference on their uniforms and some don't. I'm thinking that might be an SLC rule.
I think it's an SLC rule, yeah, absolutely.
You must have their conference logo.
I like it.
Well, the rough thing is if some of the teams that are in the Midwest, it seems their conference affiliation changes every 2 or 3 years. You'd have to get a new uniform every 2 or 3 years. You know, budgets can be tight here in the MCLA, so.
Wow.
Great shot, great goal.
Parker Core sweeping to his middle, finds Bonham on the doorstep. Bonham automatic.
Bonham's an easy early candidate for man of the match here. He's
been the true lefty attackman, beneficiary of the work of others, but he's capitalized on his opportunities.
Still got to finish.
Yeah. He's a volume shooter.
The Allen Iverson of the MCLA tournament.
He's a volume shooter, but why wouldn't you set your offense up for that to be the case? He's outstanding.
Crucial face-off for both teams. 4-goal lead for Chapman. They are the #1 seed. They won the national tournament 2 years ago in 2016. Liberty does a great job to relieve the pressure. They have an opportunity if they really want to take advantage of it. Great pace on their offense there to slow down Chapman. We got a substitution advantage here. Not sure they executed that the way they would like. But luckily they retained possession. Coach, you think we're going to see a little bit more of a discretion, or not discretion, but the officials changing up their shot clock criteria as both teams are going to try to be very, very methodical?
Yeah, you would think, Chapman will play a slower game.
Wow.
Esh. Nice goal. Primarily a right-handed player, but he gets to his left there and buries.
Hot knife through warm butter as Ash runs through the teeth of the Chapman defense to give Liberty their 7th, cut the lead through to 3 with 8.5 left.
It's a big goal. It's a big goal for Liberty. If they can win a face-off here and generate a little bit of a run. As a 9 seed here, as a 9 seed here, I am very impressed with Liberty in this national tournament. Big face-off win for the Flames. Gregory gets the ball. Gregory on Souza. NorCal versus Ohio matchup here.
Liberty with a little slice of momentum. If they can capitalize here, this is a totally different ball game.
Right into that invert. This seems like, it's a different look than what we saw yesterday, but they seem pretty comfortable. They've been relatively productive out of it.
Ash, the last goal scorer, covered by a short stick. Looks up top, swing pass.
Really good defense out of Chapman.
Double team early.
Impressed with their help defense and rotations. Ash gets the ball back here.
Carter Elliott dances up top. Great short stick D.
Caleb Britton.
Great move.
Sneaks through, finds one on the doorstep.
They do. They get their 8th.
Wow.
Liberty brings the lead to only 2.
That's awesome.
With tons of time. We got ourselves a game.
Really nice handle from Britton. Slips through the double team, head up, finds an open man on the crease, and an exceptional catch and finish.
Very comfortable under pressure, the Liberty attackman.
Absolutely.
Taking the time to make the extra pass, taking the time to finish the shots. Sometimes you have more time than you think.
These guys will not go away.
Each ground ball gets more and more important. Huge ground ball. Right down the middle of the D.
Oh, what a save from Rich. We got a crease violation. It's going to be Chapman ball. Chapman looking to get up and out quick. Liberty does a nice job buying time.
We got a score from the field adjacent to us. Utah 7, BYU 6.
Wow, okay. Good
7
for the
minutes,
Cougs.
7 minutes
Putting up
left.
A big time fight against the hometown favorites. Chapman in no rush. Up to less than 7 minutes. Just execute your offense. No need to press.
They are not Russian. They are American.
Now, the question is, if you're the officials in this game, is do you have a quick trigger with the shot clock on Chapman?
Right.
Stemler getting over the top.
Great ball movement. Great job probing. Winding up with each catch.
Parker Core, probably an under mentioned the star of the game here. McGuirk, back to Core.
Core and Garner, little two-man game aside.
Draws the
they
hedge.
Draw
they get the switch they wanted. Now we're going to see an isolation from...
no, they're not even watching the crease. They might even be in a little bit of a zone here, Coach.
I would look to get a timer on here. If I'm Liberty, I'm barking.
Core, great move.
That's a shot on goal. The Liberty ball.
But they lost it.
Great job chasing that one out. Impressive defensive stand. Liberty really playing strong here in the late portions of the game. McKeever He's got help in the box and overthrows it, but Gregory backs it up.
BYU Utah tied up at 7s, Coach.
Wow. And Coach Hartley is furious with freshman Cal Souza for letting Gregory scoop up that ball.
Ash and the Flames can bring it within 1. Under 5 in the 4th. Ash being guarded closely by Core. If you're Liberty, you got to love seeing offensive midfielders playing D here.
No doubt. And Ash is the guy you want with the ball. He's been outstanding today. I'd look to get that matchup again if I could. We got a timeout from Liberty.
4:22 to go here in the 4th.
That is a tough timeout. Honestly, I know you want to regroup and get organized, but you have an offensive midfielder stuck. You have your personnel on the field. It seems like a favorable outlook for you, but you know what? They're going to get organized. They're going to have a plan of attack.
So we'll take a break. We'll be back with the last 4.5 minutes from Salt Lake City. Stick around.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and finished up at University of Maryland, College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. The shaft is the Meso, and obviously when you look at it, it's got a really sleek look to it. Black on black is pretty smooth. Feel it, it's not too rigid, got a little bit of a grit to it. It's very durable, but it's pretty light. It's got a little bit of a flex to it, so it puts a little bit more on your shot. UA Meso Composite, balanced, battle tested.
Live look in at the Liberty huddle. They have the ball and a little bit of momentum, and a 2-goal game, down 2 with 4:22 in the 4th.
This has been an outstanding game. I think both teams really understand the moment, have played very well, really battled in those 50-50 ground ball scenarios. And we've got a different look here from Chapman defensively out of the timeout. They're going to shut Esch and try to prevent that look, that invert look.
Looks like Esch is now open. McGurk was shutting him, but he was given a little bit of room. Now when the ball's up top, you see McGurk's not shutting him. But as the ball gets to an adjacent passer.
Yeah, if you're one pass away, that shorty's pushing out, making it uncomfortable. I mean, if I'm Liberty, I'm okay with that. I'm getting the ball to Britton, I'm getting the ball to Gregory, and I'm saying, just go ahead. Can't be afraid to dodge the pulls. There you go.
Shot wide. Liberty retains possession.
Gregory starts with the ball. Ooh.
Ooh, tough pass. Great piece of defense there from Chapman, but the ball stays in bounds.
Esch has it behind, looking to get the ball to Chase Wright. Chase Wright being pressured. Gregory Souza. Gregory rolls, draws the slide.
Great help, D.
Gregory gets underneath.
Flag
draws
coming.
The flag, and it's, oh no. Oh, they're going to call a crease. And the Liberty Flames are going to have a power play here with 3 minutes remaining, down 2.
Great opportunity for the Flames to cut the lead to 1.
Release at 2:34. 2:34 to release.
30-second penalty against the Panthers of Chapman.
We've been likened to a beach vacation.
Ooh.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks for the shout out, Lacrosse All-Stars. You guys rock.
Little yacht rock over here at Field 3. Utah with another goal. We can see it kind of through the fence there.
I think that puts them up by
And there
2.
we go. 1 goal game.
That was the play they needed out of the timeout. 1 goal game with under 3 remaining. These ground balls off the face-off wings now become incredibly important. And we've got some swag going on over here on the Liberty sideline. I respect it. These guys are feeling it. 9 seed, 1 goal game with the 1 seed. A lot of confidence.
Chase Wright with the goal for Liberty. Under 3 minutes. This is going to be a great ending to this game. I can smell it.
This is when your players like Dylan Warner, reigning MCLA Player of the Year, can tend to steal the show. He has confidence. You have confidence as a coach. You can put the ball in his stick and he'll make a play for your team.
Giant face-off. Big ground ball and a fast break.
Farhidi, huge ground ball. Farhidi gets it to Wiley Bonham.
Gotta have the point man there, right, Coach?
Yeah, you know what? I don't mind. Take the ball, take the possession, take the momentum away from Liberty.
Now, how fast are you going to attack the cage here? Are you going to
I think you just play
take
your
offense?
Time. Yeah, you just play your offense. Dylan Warner struggling here a little bit.
Timeout, Chapman.
He might have rolled his ankle there. That would be a huge development.
Ooh. It's interesting. I noticed Garner going with the soccer cleats.
Yeah, the low-cut soccer cleats. Most guys in lacrosse tend to wear the football cleats. Maybe it's a SoCal thing, but I think more kids out here in the West wear the soccer cleats.
Quick timeout here, 2:28 remaining. You're watching the 2018 MCLA National Tournament, powered by Under Armour. We'll be right back.
BYU just scored again.
Founded in 2009, Lacrosse Talk Radio has the most live and up-to-date coverage of the fastest sport on 2 feet. Whether you're listening to one of our over 200 live youth, high school, collegiate, or professional game broadcasts, or our regional specialty shows, Lacrosse Talk Radio gives you access and insight to your favorite teams and players. Visit us at lacrossetalkradio.com for our broadcast schedules in the Rocky Mountain, Tri-State, and Mid-Atlantic regions. Lacrosse Talk Radio, the official voice of the MCLA.
My taint is Wednesday.
Round of the 2018 MCLA National Tournament from Salt Lake City, Utah. Chapman Panthers led the entire game, but now it's only a 1-goal game with 2:28 left, and they have possession. Coach, what are you focusing on in this timeout here?
I think you take your time. Right, there's no rush with 2:25 left in the game. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the 1-4-1. They've done a great job with that, initiating from the wing, hitting the follow, and then getting that Liberty Flames defense rotating. And Liberty coming out with the double team out of the timeout.
Interesting.
Gutsy
the
call.
But the goalie's staying in the cage, so you're going to have a guy wide open.
Well, he's going to be on the backside or furthest from the ball if you do it correctly.
And the goalie's out now. Trying a little taste of their own medicine here. I don't know if this is the right time for it, though. We'll have to find out. And they break it easily.
Let's go, Jill!
High risk, little reward
Yeah.
in that situation. And now Chapman's going to go ahead and get into their settled offensive possession.
Here's McGuirk with 2 minutes remaining.
McKeever, McGuirk. David Howren, freshman, out here on the field on a meaningful possession for the Panthers. Biggest possession of the season. Looking for the skip pass. Intercepted.
Huge
Liberty
round ball.
pushes it out. We got a fast break. Liberty Flames. Give and go. Good decision by Sam Gregory. Know your personnel. Understanding the situation. That's what you want out of your leading scorer and top attackman.
And you got Ash on the wing here with a short stick matchup.
Absolutely.
Only a minute and 30 left. If you want to win this game, you can't hold for one.
No, this is awesome. This is the biggest possession of the season for both teams here. We've got an invert with Esh. Esh draws the slide quickly, looks up top. Great dodge.
Big
Huge
save.
by Rich.
And
we're
they're out.
off to the races. Chapman looking to reverse it here, get the ball to Garner, and settle it down.
1 minute to go. Huge save.
And now you're looking to kill the clock.
And at some point here, if you can get this down to 30, you don't care if they put the clock on you because there's not enough time in the game left. Parker Core misses
Definitely
the cage.
Not an opportunity to take a shot. You don't need to take a shot there. They have the man they want with the ball on his stick. 38 seconds left, and we get another timeout.
35 seconds. Chapman with the ball. A lot of time to go.
This is an interesting situation here, Coach, because you're going to have a double team, right? You could potentially put the goalie on attack and have an extra defensive player, right? Shut off, 3 shorties, 4 poles. You can stick with your goalie on the defensive half. And then for Chapman, they've got to have some clever gimmicks here to be able to free up some people and get the ball in play to get that guy out of the double team.
I'm not sure I've seen the goalie at attack move. I've seen it in other levels of lacrosse. I don't think I've seen it in the MCLA, but I love that idea, Coach. How many times did you pull that out this year?
I pulled it out once or twice, and it worked for us. We were successful with it, which I was pretty happy to see.
So you essentially have 4 long sticks and 3 D minis.
That's right. That's right. Now, the other side, if you're Chapman, right, your gentleman who starts with the ball is getting doubled. I'd have a little bit of a swing play where I'd step somebody over the midfield line,
sure,
step somebody out of the box, or vice versa, step somebody to the box and then step someone over the midline to give you another option.
Have a guy go over on one side and then
absolutely
his counterpart coming over in the on the far side.
We see the Cal Bears just arrived. They're about to get loosened up, ready for their game.
Hokies of Blacksburg, Virginia, and Virginia Tech are here as well.
So Dylan Garner going to start with the ball.
Season on the line here. Here comes that double team.
Liberty has a different goalie in the game.
Maybe a little more nimble.
Yeah, just to shut off here on Wiley Bonham. And Bonham breaks free. Dylan Garner's running. And we get a takedown. Timeout, Chapman.
Little gamesmanship there from Chapman. Timeout, back-to-back timeouts here. We'll take a break on this one. 29 seconds left. You're watching the MCLA, powered by Under Armour.
Life is about moments.
If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quade?
All right. See ya.
Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're going to do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
Same result here after the timeout. Double team in the corner. Goalie's out. They draw the goalie all the way to the far corner. Wiley Bonham puts the moves on him.
Wow, that's a big play. Able to
27 seconds. Just got to outrun these 2 defensemen. Can't dance.
There it is.
There it is.
There's
Get
the
a
cost
takeaway.
turnover. Exactly what Liberty needed. 21 seconds left on the game. Lots of guys running to the box here.
Got to clear it clean.
We're under 20.
Pritchard does a great job.
Ash with a shorty. Split.
Save,
Big time
tie
goal.
game.
Unbelievable. Wow, that's about as perfectly executed as you could absolutely hope for. Out of the timeout, double team on Wiley Bonham. Cause turnover. They clear the field. Ash gets the short stick matchup and converts. Offside hip. Beautiful shot. Wow.
8 seconds left. The gamble pays off with the two defensemen on one offensive player. They capitalize. Ash, he wasn't looking to pass. You could see it from his body language.
Absolutely not. He's had a phenomenal game. He got a short stick, running in transition. I love how aggressive he was there.
And there, Ash is on the far wing here. Excuse me, the close wing with us. Huge.
We're under 5 seconds here.
Tie it up or get it out. Here comes Core. 1. And there's the end of regulation.
Going to OT.
Free lacrosse here, folks.
Sudden victory or sudden death, Coach?
Whichever one you like.
Oh, okay.
I don't really.
That's very politically correct of you. I appreciate that. Or do I?
Okay, we'll take a break. We got some free lacrosse overtime. Chapman Liberty. Looks like the BYU Utah game's heating up too. We'll be back from the MCLA National Tournament, powered by Under Armour.
My name is Pat Young. I started my college career at University of Maryland, Baltimore County and finished up at University of Maryland College Park. I currently play for the Ohio Machine. The shaft is the Meso, and obviously when you look at it, it's got a really sleek look to it. Black on black is pretty smooth. Feel it, it's not too rigid, got a little bit of a grit to it. It's very durable, but it's pretty light. It's got a little bit of a flex to it, so it puts a little bit more on your shot. UA Meso Composite, balanced, battle.
Overtime in Salt Lake City, the number 1 and number 9 seeded teams, Chapman and Liberty. Face-off wrestling match.
Huge pickup by Blanchard.
Did he call a timeout right here, right away? He doesn't have possession
not able to
do
get
it.
into the box.
Wow, McGurk with a huge hit. And a ground ball. And a timeout.
Oh, no.
And they got a flag.
Throws the flag from 70 yards away.
Now, can you negate your timeout? Can you say I don't want it anymore?
Goodness. No, you cannot.
BYU with the big goal at the other end of the complex here.
That is a huge call in our game.
You don't like the call?
Oh, not at all. The ref is 65, 70 yards away. He can't make that call. If you're not going to call the hit that McGurk just laid on the loose ball, then you can't. Just don't call anything. It's overtime. Swallow your whistle. That call is going to potentially decide this game.
I don't believe.
He waves the flag off.
No flag.
Oh, my goodness, Brando. I appreciate that. Big time move by the ref. Oh, God.
Coach Harley certainly doesn't agree with that. He would much rather have a man-up situation here. He's got a smile on his face.
So we have an all-even situation. Chapman ball. That is incredible. And you know what? All that, don't even worry about it. Just come out here. You have the ball.
Be thankful that you have the ball.
Right. You have possession. You have your best players on the field, and you have an opportunity to win the game. And we have a major upset on the other side of on the other field here with the BYU Cougars beating the Utah Utes, the favorite. And that will end Utah's reign here in the MCLA.
Okay, here we go. Chapman with the opportunity to avoid the upset here in overtime.
Wow, here we go. Let's see what, are we going to get a zone look out of the Liberty Flames
sure
for the first time today? We're going to see zone from Liberty. Very interesting change
now,
of pace.
since you have no timeout, you have to adjust to your offense. You have to adjust your offense on the fly here a little bit.
Right.
You run a man-up play?
I think that Chapman's probably familiar with zone. They probably see it all the time in the SLC.
Look, work at X.
We're going to see the ball swing to Parker Core. Parker Core is going to attack a gap here, and we're going to see our zone look out of Chapman. So he's going to draw. We got Garner rotate off. A little bit of a wheel action.
They're running their man up a little bit here. The man up play they've kind of run all day. Bonham wants it.
Bonham. And the goalie. Oh, wow. Harriman chased that out. I thought that might have been Harriman and Liberty's ball. Right back into the zone. What a change of pace coming out of that timeout in the zone.
Here we go, champ.
Here's Core, gets to the middle.
You got to really get out on Wiley Bonham's hands because you got to get him off his spot. He's such a good time shooter.
Big save. Great job of Garner getting shooting through traffic there.
Yeah. He's not afraid of the moment. I mean, this kid's a big-time player. He's played in a lot of big-time, meaningful games.
Well, I feel like Bonham and Garner are...
Oh, yeah, they'll pull the trigger.
Both of them want to win this game themselves.
Absolutely. They will pull the trigger without hesitation.
Those are two pretty good options. Let's see some motion rotation. Bonham on the back wing.
David Howard has a cannon in his own right. Freshman up top center. We got a 1-3-2 now out of Chapman.
Can you call a 30-second?
You can absolutely call it. Bonham.
Goal, game. Chapman survives the upset.
Yeah, you can absolutely, you have to get out to his hands. Now, I give all the credit in the world to Liberty. An unbelievable comeback effort. And credit to their kids. First opportunity here at the MCLA tournament, the Division I level. They really came to play today. Nothing to hang their heads about. The Chapman Panthers advance as the 1 seed. And I certainly, two good games for Chapman, I think, will ultimately prove to battle test them as they move into the later rounds.
We'll let you go here, folks, after the upset bid was avoided. Hats off to the Liberty Flames, battling the entire game. But the number 1 seeded Panthers move on with a score of 11-10 on the Wiley Bonham overtime goal. Thanks for watching, folks. We'll be back in a few minutes after the break for the next series of games. We appreciate you checking in with us. You're watching the 2018 MCLA National Tournament, powered by Under Armour.
Founded in 2009, Lacrosse Talk Radio has the most live and up-to-date coverage of the fastest sport on 2 feet. Whether you're listening to one of our over 200 live youth, high school, collegiate, or professional game broadcasts, or our regional specialty shows, Lacrosse Talk Radio gives you access